challenge. On June 3rd, 2022, an 18-year-old teen tragically passed away after falling in front of a truck in Tangerang, Indonesia. However,
alright, where's that at?
this particular incident stand out among the dozens of traffic-related deaths on Indonesian roads every day.
31,000 fatalities
Instead,
a year!
This was the result of one of the most disturbing internet trends that was sweeping the country during this time. It had actually started back in 2021, but exploded in popularity.
I never heard about this one. What is this about?
The trend was called the Malaikat Maut Challenge, or the Angel of Death Challenge in English. It involved TikTokers, mainly teenagers, playing a game with oncoming traffic, particularly loaded.
Hold on, we've actually done this before. I've done this before. It's not called the Angel of Death Challenge, but it's called being an absolute idiot.
Onto a busy street in front of a truck, hope it stops before hitting them without flinching, and post the video of the stunt online. But completing this dangerous challenge successfully was a lot harder than many.
Yo, what has TikTok done to the Malaysians?
Most of them jumped onto the road as the truck got extremely close, giving the driver virtually no time to notice them and apply the brakes. But even when drivers had enough time to see the kids performing these stunts, they still couldn't slow down in time to prevent tragedy.
GG's, he's dead.
Trucks carry heavy cargo, and that weight doesn't stop on a dime. The heavier the load, the longer the braking distance, sometimes stretching dozens of meters even after the brakes are fully pressed. So by the time the drivers reacted, it was already too late. Not to
Yeah, bro, this is GG's. This gotta be the dumbest internet challenge I've ever heard. I've never heard about this one either.
Physically and psychologically. For one of these cases involving a 14-year-old participating in this challenge, the driver fled the scene, likely out of fear of facing criminal charges. If he had
Bro, why did you run? It's literally crime 101. If you're gonna smash somebody, you don't even run. What's he doing?
Participating in this challenge, the driver fled the scene, likely out of fear of facing criminal charges. If he had instead stopped and cooperated, the footage the teenager's friends captured for TikTok would have proven his innocence. But by running away, he turned himself into a hit-and-run suspect, potentially jeopardizing his job.
GG's, this dude's dead.
Charges he received. Following the incident in Tangerang, Indonesian police acted quickly to prevent further tragedies. They managed to stop 14 more kids from attempting the same dangerous stunt that very day. And
what kind of demonic shit is this, man?
However,
14 people just gonna say, let's go and run, let's play Crossy Roads in real life, right? Let's play Crossy Roads in real life.
In Tangerang, Indonesia, were only a small part of the global trend that cost several lives and left many others with life-altering injuries over the next year. Thankfully, TikTok eventually stepped in and removed all
Angel of Death Challenge. That's already sketch. That's already sketch. The name of it is already sketch.
Was the main reason participants took part in this dangerous trend. The platform's ban caused it to gradually fade into obscurity.
Yo, I can see why America's trying to ban social media now. I get it now. I get it. Idiots like this, man.
So you want to be a software engineer? Go to boot.dev, make a free account.
Happy slapping.
What challenge is this? Oh, I never heard about this one.
The Tez magazine in the UK reported on a new trend spreading rapidly across the country.
2005? Hold on, they said 2005. The internet wasn't even live in 2005. There's no way that's real. Happy slapping? Let me see this one. Let me see what this is about. Happy slapping. Let's pull it up on TikTok. Do you remember this?
Game, and it resonated with a lot of people, and it made me think about other weird things I experienced during my school years, and happy slapping was definitely one of them. It was literally just a craze of going up to people and smacking the shit out of the back of their head. I don't know how or why it started, but I was genuinely terrified of walking around at school for months.
Hold on, if that's a challenge, they're about to get their ass beat. They're just signing up for an ass beating. What kind of happy slapping internet challenge was this in 2005? It's also a pretty lame challenge, just be slapping the back of somebody's head. I mean, might as well slap their ass. Like, this is how you get your ass whooped, brother.
The country, something they referred to as happy slapping. Contrary to its name, however, the trend was anything but happy. In essence, it involved people, often young adults or teenagers, going up to a random person, slapping them, recording their shocked reaction, and then sharing that video with others. Personal camcorders and phones with cameras were becoming a lot more accessible during this time, allowing the attackers to record.
Oh, you're gonna get the shit beat out of you.
These happy slapping videos were shared all over the internet for the whole world to see. As for how this trend initially started, some reports from the time linked them to violent TV shows like Jackass and Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, great show.
Between these shows and the happy slapping videos, however, was that everyone on TV consented to enduring the pain on camera. The people filming happy slapping videos, on the other hand, usually targeted complete strangers and bystanders for what they perceived as social clout. As a media
Bro, this is what Jack. And this is the origin story of Jack Doherty. This is what started. This is probably one of the first internet challenges in history of the internet that are just meant for trolling.
the UK
Trolling and being a complete
new
dickhead.
trendsetters for what they perceive to fame and notoriety among the people who see the images circulated on the web. Attacks resulting in permanent injuries, but physically harmless slaps to coordinated attacks resulting in permanent injuries. One of the worst cases of this happened on August 31st, 2009 in South London. A 67-year-old retired care worker named Ekram Haq left the mosque on Church Lane in Tooting, England after
The OGs, bro.
where he was then approached by two boys, 15-year-old Hamza Lazai and 16-year-old Leon Elcock, wanting to make a happy slapping video. This
Elcock.
quickly spiraled out of control as
Shitty
neither
name.
of them held back, resulting in Ekram passing away a week later from a severe head injury he received during the incident. The two were eventually identified and arrested after police reviewed CCTV footage from a nearby camera. Both pled guilty to
Ooh.
manslaughter, with Leon receiving
Manslaughter,
a 4.5-year
oh my.
sentence and Hamza sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. The
Hold on, what the flip? I just killed somebody and I get 3.5 years only? Boris Johnson, what kind of criminal laws do you guys got over there?
both pled guilty to manslaughter, with Leon receiving a 4.5-year sentence and Hamza sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. The happy
3.5.
as a whole eventually faded away after the UK and the surrounding countries started treating it as a significant threat to public safety, with France even criminalizing it and giving it a punishment of up to 5 years in prison.
5 years? Even French got higher, stricter laws than that.
Skullbreaker Challenge.
Okay, this sounds stupid. This is
On
I
February
never heard. But what is this guy doing? Oh, I thought that was a chainsaw.
Parker Smith was invited by his friends to film what seemed like a harmless jumping contest with them. He agreed, and on camera jumped the highest he could, but instead of landing safely on his feet, he fell backward and fractured his right arm. He was rushed to the hospital immediately, and fortunately made a full recovery over the following weeks. However, what seemed like
Okay.
a simple accident turned out to be part of a disturbing internet trend his two friends were attempting to recreate. The so-called Skullbreaker Challenge required 3 people to stand in a line and somehow convince the person in the middle to jump. As soon as they did, the 2 on the outside swept the legs of the one in the middle.
Oh, okay. I just realized, one common denominator with all these internet challenges, it involves being a complete asshole. It really does. Like, you gotta be a complete son of a gun to just trip somebody like that in the middle of jumping.
Of what was
Like,
about to
if I get up,
This
you're my
caused
boy,
them
I'll
to
beat the shit
fall
out of you.
backward, usually on their head, which is where the trend got its name from. It started
Oh,
earlier
heck
this year
no.
after a video of 2 students from Spain doing it on their friend went viral.
It's the Europeans again. The Spaniards. It was the Brits that did the slapping challenge and the Spaniards again. They got violent tendencies, the colonizers.
Social media platforms like TikTok, prompting countless imitators to try and recreate its success. And, as you might imagine, the results were disastrous, with Parker being one of the lucky ones for walking away with just a fractured arm.
GG's, bro.
Others were knocked unconscious by the impact, suffered from severe concussions.
What the hell
and
is-
Some even needed multiple stitches across their skull and
Oi.
face.
Oi!
The most devastating of these incidents happened on January 24, 2020 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, when a
Cherry
group of
Hill!
graders attempted the challenge in school. Unfortunately, the victim fell way too hard on their head, causing them to lose consciousness and have a seizure. He luckily survived the incident and eventually recovered without any permanent head trauma. However,
Sue. You better sue. Sue the school, sue the kids, sue the teacher, sue the district, sue the city, sue New Jersey, sue Cherry Hill. Get money for that. The parents gotta get money for this, bro.
Bad enough that authorities arrested the other 2 13-year-old boys.
Arrest their ass!
Third-degree aggravated assault and third-degree endangering an injured victim, since the harm they caused was mostly intentional. Now,
Ooh,
I wasn't able to
that's
find
prison
any
time, boys.
reports on whether the charges
That's
were
juvie!
But even if they were, being arrested
Juvie.
for attempting a dangerous internet challenge goes to show just how dangerous it can be. TikTok also stepped in and banned all videos of this challenge on their platform.
You're gonna do this to an old dude. What are these dudes doing? These dudes are at least 50 years old doing this to a 65-year-old old man. What is this?
It never
That is some
truly goes away.
pathetic.
As
Oh my.
evident from 2 girls.
Not gonna lie, bro. I see why people hate TikTok. I really see why people hate TikTok now.
Finding videos of the Skullbreaker Challenge.
That's why we got a bad
Their
rep.
classmates, injuring them and getting charged for it in November 2022, more than 2.5 years after the original fad ended. Fortunately, there haven't been many reports of kids getting injured because
In the
of this.
oh, that was in a bathroom. That's embarrassing, bro. They're setting you up. It's a setup. What a setup!
Kia Challenge.
The car?
At the end of 2020 and throughout 2021, authorities in Milwaukee, Wisconsin noticed a significant increase in car theft. What made this even stranger was the fact that the majority of these stolen vehicles were either from Kia or Hyundai, with theft of these particular
Hyundai!
cars.
It's not Hyundai, it's Hyundai. Why are they saying it like that? You don't say Hyundai. I never heard of people say Hyundai. Now I gotta search it up. Now my ADHD's asking me this question. Hyundai or Hyundai? Hyundai. Hyundai. If I were to say it, I would say Hyundai. Hyundai. Wouldn't be Hyundai. Let's see. Pronunciation?
Hyundai.
No way. No. There's no way I'm pronouncing it wrong. Hyundai. Hyundai. Okay, now you gotta say it with the accent. I get it now. I've been saying it wrong my entire life. I thought it was Hyundai. It's Hyundai. I forgot it's a Korean name. I forgot about that. It's a Korean automotive manufacturer. Shit, I'm so stupid. Hyundai. Okay, yeah, that makes
doubling
sense.
or even tripling in some areas compared to previous years. However, before investigators could determine the cause of this surge, the situation spiraled beyond their control in ways they could have never expected. Put
Okay.
simply, stealing Kia and Hyundai
Yo, what
cars
are you
became a
doing,
common
bro?
trend called the Kia Challenge. It began on July 12, 2022, when a video captioned "Kia Boys" went viral for demonstrating just how easy it was to
Hold
steal
on, 2022. Was I asleep during this time or what? Because I don't remember this.
Kia and Hyundai cars manufactured between 2011 and 2021. All a thief needed was a screwdriver and any regular USB cable, since the connector just so happened to be the perfect size and shape to jumpstart the vehicle. This was a major hardware
Bro,
level
TikTok is
security
teaching people
flaw
how to
in
literally
car models, and there was no
break into
permanent
cars.
fix
What's
to
next,
the
man?
model either.
Break into some
the
yachts,
original
break
Kia
into
Boys
Jeff
video
Bezos'
was
house.
actually taken down by TikTok, but the information was already out there and it already sparked the Kia Challenge. Teenagers
Okay.
across the US started breaking into Kias and Hyundais and posting their stunts on social media to participate.
Oh,
in the
the
challenge.
YNs. It's the YNs.
Massive financial burden for hundreds of innocent residents. The real danger of the Kia Challenge came from what many of the thieves did once they had taken control of the vehicles. Since many of them had no intention of actually profiting off the stolen cars and were only doing it for the internet, they began taking the cars.
That's
for
literally
reckless
Jack
driving,
Doherty type stuff, bro.
putting their lives and the lives of everyone else on the road in extreme
That's
danger.
ridiculous.
One of these joyrides led to a police chase, which eventually ended with the out-of-control car slamming into the concrete barrier and the teenagers who stole the car trying to flee on foot.
What are they doing? My gosh, you're gonna flee on foot.
Slamming
What are they
into the concrete
doing?
barrier,
Flee
and the
on
teenagers who
foot.
stole the car.
I got choppers on your ass, bro. What are you doing, you dumbass? Just surrender.
Disturbing of these
Surrender your
incidents
ass to
occurred in
me.
Buffalo, New York in October 2022, where a stolen Kia ride ended in a fatal crash, taking the lives of 4 teenagers. In total, the
I
Kia
mean,
Challenge
you're
resulted
signing
in
up for
the
this
loss of 8
criminal
lives
activity.
before the disturbing trend was shut down by TikTok and other social platforms. Kia and Hyundai also had to settle a class action lawsuit for $200 million.
Bro,
over the dangerous
Hyundai must be
security
pissed,
cars.
man. I would be pissed if I was Hyundai. If I was the CEO of that company, I'd be pissed. I'd sue TikTok too. I'd sue them all. I'd sue them all.
Car surfing or riding on the outside of a car as if it were a surfboard.
Okay, now this one's kind of valid. This one's epic.
Long before
I
modern
like this
social
one.
Media was even a thing. It started gaining popularity in the early 1990s, compelling teenagers and young adults to speed down the highway while precariously balancing themselves on top. Today, most
I mean, it
cars
looks
don't
pretty
have much to
epic.
hang
It's
on
kind
to
of valid,
for
but it's still
improved
risky.
Dynamics, which makes this already high-risk activity even more deadly. It only takes one small slip for even the most daring car surfer to fall into the road.
Car
Something that's
surfing, man.
evident from a
Okay, in the
2018
90s. The internet wasn't even alive in the 90s, so this video is actually total clickbait. How is this internet trend? Was there even the internet in the 90s? I don't know.
report, which revealed that 58 people lost their lives while engaging in car surfing, and 41 others were severely injured since 1990. Unfortunately, the rise of social media
Yo!
go viral with outrageous
Get your ass in the car, brother.
percents.
At least do it when with the what is it called? The thing above your head in the cars. What is that thing called? Not a windshield. Sunroof. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. At least do it hanging from the sunroof. This bitch right here is doing it hanging from the window. You got to get your ass
In
arrested.
May 2023, a 16-year-old boy tragically lost his
Oh, that's a
life
boy.
while car surfing out the
Oh.
back window of a car when the vehicle lost
a
control
boy.
and rolled over. He would have almost certainly kept his life if he were in his seat with a seatbelt. Sadly,
Facts,
the car
facts, but
surfing
most people are
trend
not in
is
the
just
seat.
as alive today as it was 3 decades ago, and shows no signs of fading away anytime soon.
How easy is it to get health insurance? Watch this. Get covered, Illinois.
Blackout challenge.
Don't tell me what this is. This sounds sus.
Social media.
Getting black challenge. Is that what it's
A
called?
brief high that comes from cutting off oxygen to the brain by intentionally suffocating until you lose consciousness.
Hold on, remember this one.
However, while many assume that blacking out from lack of oxygen is perfectly safe in the long run, that couldn't be further from the truth. The rewarding high in this challenge is in reality a dangerous form of cerebral hypoxia, where brain cells are
Okay,
deprived of
break it down
vital
for me,
oxygen.
mister.
This can lead to seizures and hemorrhages. Even if someone
Hemorrhoids.
survives the challenge seemingly unharmed, depriving the brain of oxygen for just a minute can cause permanent, irreversible damage. This can
Hold on, that means when people are TKO'd in the UFC with a choke holding him, like Khabib, right? That means they're actually getting some brain damage. That means these dudes be getting brain damage in the UFC. Okay, no wonder CTE is actually a real thing. I get it. Don't be tapped out when they're choking you from behind. When they get a rear naked choke on your ass, surrender.
affect memory,
You don't want to get brain damage. Makes sense.
reasoning, and
Wait, let me just search it up. How many UFC fighters got brain damage? How many UFC fighters got brain damage? 70%! Bro, it's because when they're choking you from behind and doing it aggressively, and when they're helping you aggressively from behind, you gotta just surrender, bro. You gotta just surrender to them. Oh, tap out.
other critical cognitive functions in the long run. The line between a fleeting dangerous thrill and irreversible tragedy is
Yo, why do we got a memorial for this dude down the hallway?
consciousness is lost, there is no way to control the outcome. Not to mention the very real risk of the person never waking up again. Unfortunately, many who try to recreate this challenge are completely
Choking
unaware of these
game.
dangers,
In
resulting
the 90s again, hold on, what the heck is this choking game? Who's making this stuff up?
82 people losing their lives between 1995 and 2007 alone. What makes this even worse is that almost all of these deaths were between the ages of 6 and 19. Much like
Marcus Brownlee.
other viral trends, young impressionable kids are especially drawn in, motivated by peer pressure or the need for validation, online or in real life. Which is why the resurgence
Yeah,
of
you're
the
definitely gonna validate my life by making me blacked out. You're gonna get me blacked and you're gonna make me validate my life, bro. It makes no sense. Who's doing
challenge
that?
through social media platforms like TikTok brought it to an even younger audience and left a devastating
Getting black
trail of
challenge,
victims.
choke yourself to
One of the
death,
most
bro.
well-known
Who's doing that?
cases is that
And why is only
Anderson,
people of color that are getting
10-year-old
affected by
girl
this?
from
It's kind of messed up.
Pennsylvania. Her family found her unconscious on the bedroom floor on the night of December 7, 2021. They rushed her to the nearby hospital. Unfortunately, it was already too late. After barely
GG's.
clinging to life for 5 days, she tragically passed away without ever waking up. No one knew why she would do something like this, until investigators did a forensic analysis of her phone, which revealed she had been viewing videos of the challenge on TikTok. Another tragic
Hell!
2022, when a 12-year-old boy from the United Kingdom named Archie Battersby suffered catastrophic brain damage after attempting the challenge and passed away months later. And these weren't isolated incidents either. Numerous other children, some as young as 8, suffered a similar fate or other life-altering injuries after attempting this challenge. Sadly, despite social media sites' best efforts to suppress the challenge, it continues to spread to this day.
I don't even watch this, but yeah, that makes sense, bro. I mean, like, the TikTok's gonna ban that for